Hi, this is Pat Jackson, and I am a member of CACRAO, and I'm going to start our session for you today. I just had a few things to tell you. You can ask questions. All you have to do is type your question into the Q&A box. So your microphone is not on and your video is not on, so the presenter does not see you at all, and they do not hear you. You can still sign up for other sessions, and you do that at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. All of the sessions are being recorded, and they'll be on the website in a week. So you could watch this one again, or if you missed some others that you wanted to do, you can still watch those. And with those few things, I'm going to turn it over to East Tennessee.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. My name is Taylor Forbes and I am the North and South Carolina admissions counselor here at East Tennessee State University. So today I'm just going to present somewhat briefly about our campus and everything that's going on here. And so I will take questions at the end. If you want to use or want to ask those in the chat feature, you're more than welcome to, but I'm going to dive right in. And so ETSU is a four-year public university. We're located in Johnson City, Tennessee. We have about 15,000 students in over 150 different programs. So we're a good sized institution. Today, I'm going to talk about the people and how that will affect you as an income and transfer student. I'll cover some things about Johnson City and our campus. We'll go over cost and scholarships as well as programs, how to become a buck, and then I'll cover some next steps for you. So kind of the next things that you're going to need to do after this presentation. Like I said, ETSU has about 15,000 people. So we're a medium-sized university. I consider it like a Goldilocks number because it's not too big, but it's not too small. It's large enough where you're not missing out on some of the perks of a bigger school, but it's still small enough where you're getting the perks of a smaller university. For instance, we have a 23 or average class size of 23. So for me, my classes here were smaller than my high school classes. We have a 15-to-1 faculty to student ratio. That means if you need to get in with your advisor or you want to meet with a professor during their office hours, or even if you wanted to meet with a tutor in the library, you're going to be able to do that and you're not having to battle with tons of other students to do that. We do have over 250 student organizations. And so we've got a little bit of everything going on here at ETSU, and I'll cover a little bit more of that in my next few slides. With a school of our size, you're going to get the full college student experience. We have organizations and clubs in almost any kind of interest area. So if you're thinking service learning projects like an Appalachian Service Project or Habitat for Humanity, we've got organizations here on campus that are really involved with that sort of work. We have faith-based organizations like an FCA or Young Life and several others. We have a pretty large student government. So if you're interested in learning more about how to become a student leader or something like that, we have several different clubs that can offer you those experiences. And then we have a pretty big fraternity and sorority life. So if you want to go Greek and be a part of, that's completely open to transfer students. And so we do have those opportunities here on campus, as well as honor societies, pre-professional organizations, and all kinds of stuff. We've got a Quidditch team, we've got our esports team, and everything in between. We have a large intramural program. So if you're someone who's active or you like to play sports, we have plenty of options. We have over 400 intramural teams. They compete in over 20 different sports, and that includes everything from like flag football all the way through inner tube water polo, or even table tennis, racquetball. I mean, there's all kinds of sports within our intramural programs. We are Division I athletic schools. That means that we compete in the Southern Conference. That's the same conference as Western Carolina, UNC Greensboro, Wofford. We're one of the top mid-major schools when it comes to basketball. Last year we went 30-4, and we're really disappointed that the NCAA tournament was canceled because we thought we were really going to make some noise within it. We've only had football back for about 5 years, but we've already won the Southern Conference. So we're pretty strong athletically. We always very competitive in baseball, basketball, men and women's, volleyball. If you're interested in playing, that's an option. You can go to etsubucks.com to learn more. They'll have recruitment questionnaires as well as prospect camps and that sort of thing that you can learn more about. If you're not interested in playing, our events are free for students. We're a little bit different from schools of our size in that we don't charge you an extra athletic fee. We don't put you in like an athletic lottery for tickets. Everything is first come, first serve, and you just show your student ID at the gate and they'll let you in for free. So that's something that I enjoyed as a student. We're located in Johnson City, Tennessee. It's right over the North Carolina border. We're about an hour, maybe 45 minutes north of Asheville and about an hour and 15 minutes west of Boone. We have about 63,000 people here. It's a good sized city because it's not so big where you're having to deal with a lot of the negatives of a bigger city, like the crime or traffic congestion and some of those negatives, but it's still big enough. We've got plenty of stuff to do here. We've got a mall, movie theaters, bowling alleys. There are tons of local restaurants and a lot of fun places that students can hang out after class or between class. We, some of those nicer perks that come with living in a bigger city. We are right in the middle of the Appalachian Highlands. So if you enjoy the mountains or if you want to get out and hike or bike or camp, there are plenty of opportunities to do that here. There's a series of lakes that are here in the Tri-Cities and as well as rivers. So if you want to get out and kayak or just tube down the river, something like that, there's plenty of opportunity to do that in the warmer months. But if you've not been to Johnson City, I really encourage you to come up and check it out. We're a part of the Appalachian Highlands itself is made up of other cities like Bristol, Kingsport, and several smaller communities in between. And so it's a really growing place right now. It's booming, and it's a good time to be here in Johnson City. Our campus is, I call it a 15-minute campus, even though we have about 15,000 students. It's laid out really well. You can get from one side of campus to the other in about 15 minutes. Parking is usually not an issue. We do have 360 acres of certified arboretum, which means our campus it's almost like a huge park. A lot of people compare it to that. And so it's nice this time of year with the leaves changing and everything. But the arboretum part is neat, not only for just the visuals and kind of adding to the campus, but for instance, in a biology class where you're studying different trees or different species of plant life, instead of just looking at a PowerPoint or a book or listening to a lecture about those different species, you can actually go out and study those because within our arboretum, there are tons of different species of trees. We do have 5 miles of hiking and biking trails on campus, so you don't even have to leave campus if you want to get out and hike or you want to bike. If you don't bring your own bike to campus, we do have options for you to rent a bike for free from campus. You just have to have your student ID and swipe, and they'll allow you to use a bike for free. We have done about $250 million in construction over the last 2 years, so there's a lot of new stuff going on campus. Everything's got a little bit of a facelift. Everything from our new football stadium, which that's about 5 years old now. We have a newer library. It's called Shared Library. That has everything from like an Einstein's Bagels. It's got our testing center in it, as well as our Center for Academic Achievement. So if you want to go in and meet with a tutor, that's free. It's a free service that our campus offers, and you can do that through our library. Our Career Service Center is also housed within our library. So if you want to go in and, talk about how to write a resume or talk about how to sign up for a job fair, a career fair, they can work with you on that. They do a lot of stuff here on campus. They're very active with our student body. So that's another kind of perk of going to a school of our size. We have new intramural fields. They're turf, which is kind of cool. You don't have to share with our Division I athletes. It's only for our regular students. So that's nice, and really nice facility. We spent about the last 2 years working on our new student center, which is this picture in the back. It's home to Steak and Shake, Starbucks. It has a Chick-fil-A as well as a Boar's Head Deli, and as well as video game rooms. It's got a huge TV inside of it. It's more like a projector, I guess, but it's about probably 15 by 25. That's where our esports teams play. It's where we have like our March Madness watch parties. It's a really neat place to hang out on campus. And then lastly, we have it's called the Martin Center. It has a 1,200 seat auditorium, a black box theater, its own costume shop, scene shop. So we'll have student-led plays there, but we'll also have professional Broadway plays that come through Johnson City. They will perform out of our new Martin Center. So that's another kind of neat experience that you can have while you're here on campus at ETSU. If you're interested in living on campus, everything is first come, first serve. We don't have a requirement for our first year students to live on campus, but we've got plenty of options. There are 10 different residence halls. About a little over a third of our students actually live here on campus, and another third will live within about a mile or a mile and a half of campus. So a lot of stuff going on here. If you're thinking about going towards living on campus, you can definitely check out our website, etsu.edu/housing. All the floor plans of each residence hall will be on there, as well as a cost breakdown and how to apply. You may not have heard, but recently, about a month ago, we reset our out-of-state tuition for North Carolina students, as well as South Carolina students. It went from $28,500 per year down to $10,500 per year. So huge discount. It's for Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. If you want to look into more information about that, you can go to etsu.edu/advantage. But that's automatic. Doesn't have a GPA requirement. As long as you are a North or South Carolina student, you will automatically receive the $10,500 per year in tuition. So a little bit bigger breakdown of what it would look like if you were living on campus, you had an all-you-could-eat meal plan, and you were spending about $1,000 on books per year. You're going to look somewhere in the neighborhood of $19,000 or $20,000 per year. So if that gives you an idea of total cost. About 92% of our student body receives some sort of financial assistance. So that's including like financial aid and scholarships, which is a really high percentage for a public school. So I definitely encourage you to, if you do come, to apply for scholarships. We give out several, and I'm going to talk about some specific scholarships on the next slide. So we've got a handful of different scholarships for out-of-state students. I will say that if you are a border county student, so if you live in Ashe, Watauga, Avery, Mitchell, Yancey, Haywood, or Madison counties, you automatically get in-state scholarships. These scholarships are for students that do not live in those border counties, but you're still in North or South Carolina. We have a creative arts program that will get you in-state tuition. There are over 20 different programs that offer a creative arts scholarship. So if you're interested in something like music, you can either major in music, or you can be a part of one of our choral groups or student-led groups, and we will cover the out-of-state portion of your tuition. You can be a part of our digital media program. You can even write for the student newspaper, the East Tennessean, and we will cover the out-of-state portion of your tuition. We have a STEM community outreach scholarship. It will get you in-state tuition if you major in mathematics, computing, or geosciences. That's a really kind of simple scholarship to get. You just have to major in one of those. We have a public service corps scholarship that will get you in-state tuition. The requirements for that is that you live on campus your first year, and that you complete 40 hours of community service per year. And so, or per semester, excuse me. You have a coordinator that goes and helps you with that and how to sign up for different service learning opportunities. But if you do complete those, we will cover your out-of-state tuition. We have an honors program for transfer students. It's called Midway Honors. That's for students who have a 3.5 GPA out on a 4.0 scale, and you're bringing in at least 30 transferable hours, or you have an associate's degree. So either one will work as long as you have a 3.5. We do participate in the academic common market for you South Carolina students. And then we also have a general scholarship application that opened on October 1st. It will close on March 1st. So there's still some time to apply for our general scholarship application, but this will also apply you for tons of endowment scholarships that you qualify for. Depending on what major you have or you choose, that can also depend on some other scholarships that you'll have available to you. Some departments do their own scholarships. If you're interested in that, definitely check out their website, and it should have it listed there under the scholarship tab. And then if you want more detail, you can go to etsu.edu/scholarships. So programs, we have over 150 academic programs, and they are spread out between 10 different colleges, and they're all over the place. And I'll cover kind of the top 5 or 10 within the next couple of slides. But I definitely encourage you to do your research and check out some of our programs. We have several that are nationally ranked and a lot of really solid options. We do have our own career service center. So I know that's really important for especially transfer students because it seems like transfer students are really focused on what am I going to do after college? You know, I've already got my associates or I've already got some work here at the community college, and now I'm looking on expanding that. And so our career service center, they can help with internships, they can help with resume prep, they can do mock interviews, and they even hold their own career fairs here on campus. We do have free tutoring here on campus. So if you're, for me, I'm not a math person, so I would definitely need a math tutor, something like that. That's free. You just sign up online, and you can go by our campus library and you can get signed up for one of those. For a full list of our programs, you can go to etsu.edu and you can browse through those. If you have questions, I will put up my contact information at the end of this presentation, and so you can always reach out. What we're most known for is our ETSU Health. We offer the second highest number of comprehensive health science programs out of any school in the United States. And so that means that you can start at ETSU as an undergraduate and go all the way through receiving your master's degree or doctoral degree in more health programs here than you can anywhere else. We have a College of Public Health. We were the first College of Public Health in the state of Tennessee. That will cover everything from like epidemiology. They have concentrations in community health, environmental health, as well as healthcare administration. So if that's something you're interested in, we've got a great College of Public Health for you. We do have a College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences. That covers everything from social work through radiography. They do speech and language pathology. We have a degree in rehab sciences. So if you're interested in going into physical therapy, occupational therapy, athletic training, we're a great option. We're the largest college of nursing in the state of Tennessee. So I'll talk about that on the next slide. We do have our own College of Pharmacy, and our College of Medicine was actually ranked in the top 10 the last 3 years for family and rural medicine. So we're an extremely strong College of Medicine and healthcare program. We have a medical professions advisement team, and it's really neat for undergraduate students because you can come in and major in almost anything to go into many healthcare fields. And so a lot of students will do something like biology or chemistry or, any one of our 150 programs. They get an advisor through that program. And so that advisor is there to make sure that you're doing everything you need to do to sign up for classes on time and to graduate on time. We also give you like a pre-med advisor or a pre-pharmacy advisor, a pre-physical therapy advisor. They're there to make sure you're doing everything you need to do for graduate school, whether that be internships, job shadowing hours, signing up for the correct prerequisite classes. And then when the time comes to actually apply, they can work with you and help you through that entire process. So it's a really nice resource that we offer our students here. We have a very high placement rate for students that are trying to go into the medical field at the graduate level. Like I said, we're the largest college of nursing in the state of Tennessee. If we were in the state of North Carolina, we'd be the largest. I'm not sure South Carolina, but I know we would be one of the largest in South Carolina too. We were ranked number 1 last year in the best online RN to BSN program. We offer 6 different tracks. So we have your traditional BSN, we have an accelerated BSN, as well as second degree, RN to BSN, LPN to BSN, and we offer all the way up to a master's in nursing, as well as a doctorate nurse practitioner, and concentrations all in between. We were founded as a teacher college, so it's something we've been doing forever, since we've been in existence. We have concentrations in early childhood development, where we're one of the only schools in the U.S. that has a specific department based solely on early childhood development. They don't have to split with elementary education or anything like that. They get their own department. But we do have concentrations in elementary education. It was nationally ranked last year out of all schools in the U.S. for elementary education programs. We have a secondary education program. And then at the graduate level, we offer school counseling as well as post-secondary and higher education. We do have a K through 12 lab school on campus. It's a public school. It's a really great resource for our students because we're going to get you in the classroom in your first semester. So when you come, you don't have to wait until your student teaching year. We'll get you in your first semester, and that way you can really see what it's like to be a teacher and what it's like from that perspective. We have an AACSB accredited business college, which means it's in the top 5% of all colleges of business in the world. So it's as good of a business program as you'll find anywhere. We offer concentrations in economics, accounting, finance, management, marketing. Those include like a fashion and merchandising. We have real estate management, international commerce, legal studies, and several others for anyone interested in business programs. We are the top computing school in Tennessee, so we're also the largest. Anyone that's interested in cybersecurity, computer science, information system, or information technology, we're a great school for that. We're one of the top digital media programs in the U.S., and that includes like digital visualization, animation, video game design, or digital effects. And so if you have seen like the last Avengers Endgame, or if you caught the new season of Mandalorian, or Halo, or Kung Fu Panda, Captain America, a lot of those Marvel movies, or even the newer Star Wars movies, they've all had ETSU alumni that have worked on those. And it's really cool when they show those movies on campus, because they will actually pause through the credits and point out the ETSU alumni that have worked on those productions. And so we've got a really kind of neat connection to Hollywood. If you're interested in music, we're a great option. We've got everything from our choral groups. We're one of the only schools in the U.S. with a bachelor's program in bluegrass, old time, and country music. We have our new Martin Center for our theater and dance students. And we also offer a program in storytelling. So we have a lot of different things going on here in the arts. We have a state-of-the-art media and communications program. So if you're interested in going into radio, TV, film, journalism, we're a great spot. We have $1.5 million facility, a full TV studio. It's really cool if you ever get to see it. And we also have a partnership with Adobe. So a lot of our graduates will actually come out with an Adobe certification. Criminal justice is another growing major. We have students that go on to work for the FBI, the Secret Service, U.S. Marshal's Office, as well as the DEA. And then we've got a really high placement rate with students who come in, major in criminal justice, minor in our legal studies, and go on to law school. So even though we don't have our own law school, we do have several students that pursue a career in law. Psychology, I do get asked about psychology a lot. We have a tremendous psychology program. We offer 4 concentrations at the undergraduate level. Those include general psychology, clinical psychology for students who are wanting to pursue a career in counseling. We have child and behavioral psychology for students who want to work with children. And then we also offer a health profession concentration. That concentration is for students who want to pursue a career in the healthcare field or medical school, but they want a psychology background. Over the last 3 years, we've been ranked the top clinical psychology doctoral program and the #4 online program in child psychology. So we're as good of a psychology program as you'll find, because those professors that are teaching at the graduate level are the same ones that are teaching the undergraduate students. And so you're going to get an awesome psychology education here. How to apply? Applying is pretty easy. It takes about 10 minutes. It's online, etsu.edu//apply. There are no essays or anything like that. Once you've filled out that application, you will need to have your college or community college any that you've taken classes with or that you've been at. They'll need to send us official copies of your transcript. Decisions take about a week. Normally we tell people within 2 weeks, but right now we're running about a week from the time that we've received your last transcript. And a really nice thing that we offer when you apply, and if you've been accepted, you'll be able to log on to our student portal and use our degree work system to view everything that has transferred in and what it is transferred in as. You'll also be able to see what classes you'll need to take while you're here in order to receive your degree. And it even has a what if feature. So if you're thinking, you're between multiple majors, you can use that what if feature to see how much of a degree you have left depending on what major you're pursuing. So our admission requirements vary for transfer students. It really depends on how many credit hours you have. So if you're somewhere between 12 and 29 credit hours, you're going to need a 1.4. If you're somewhere between 29.1 and 45, you need a 1.7. If you have 45.1 through 59.9, you're going to need a 1.9. And then if you have 60 or over, you need a 2.0. Applications do cost, the application fee is $25, but do have a free code for anyone that wants to use it or that can use it. It'll be good for the month of November. You can apply for free, and at the very end of the application, it will ask for a promo code, and you will want to put in ETSU free, no capitals, no spaces, and it will waive the $25 application fee. So I do get a lot of questions on how do I send my transcripts? The easiest way is to contact your school's records office. Some schools call it the registrar's office. Contact them, let them know that you're thinking about transferring to ETSU and you need your transcript sent. They should be able to send it for you. You can view, the best place to start to see what transfers and what it will transfer in as is to check out our transfer equivalency tables. You can do that by Googling ETSU transfer equivalency table, or you can go to this URL that's here on the screen. It's etsu.edu/articulation/equivalencies. You'll be able to look it up by state and then by school. Generally speaking, we're really transferable. Anything that's like a general education course, that comes in as exactly what it was. So like English 101 comes in as English 1010. It's when you're starting to get into really specific business classes or computer classes, sometimes those don't transfer, but we do have an option for those students. You can work with the department to get credit for that too. Regardless, anything that you have at the community college or college level that you're bringing in will give you some sort of elective credit. Other big things, if you have an Associates of Arts or an Associates of Science, those come in, and that pretty much covers all of the general education classes that you're going to need. If you're coming in with an Associates of Applied Science or something of that nature, then we have to go by class by class. But if you're an AA or an AS, you come in automatically with your general education courses marked as complete. So next steps, I would encourage you to come visit. We are still doing in-person on-campus visits. You can sign up for one by going to etsu.edu/visit. Those are still, they're really small, normally about 9 people per tour. We're down from normally we'd have 50 to 60 people per campus visit. So much shorter than they have been. Everyone's socially distanced. There is a mask requirement. So if you're comfortable with that, you're welcome to come up and do an official campus tour. We also have an audio tour. So if you don't want to go through the official tour, you can look up the ETSU audio tour. And so that way, if you're just driving through campus or you got some headphones you can put on and want to walk around campus, you can tour that way. If you want to apply, I just talked about it, you can go to etsu.edu/apply. And then to stay up to date on everything new that's going on at ETSU, you can follow us at ETSU Admissions on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also have a YouTube page. That YouTube page will also have a full campus tour. It takes about 14 minutes, but you can see campus that way if you want to. We do have a virtual tour system. So if you don't want to do the video tour that's on YouTube, you can check out etsu.university-tour.com. And that will have everything from videos. It'll talk about different programs that we have, and it will show you a digital map of campus so you can kind of get a feel of what campus really looks like. And so here's my contact information. If you have questions, you're always welcome to reach out. My email is forbest@etsu.edu, and my phone number is there on the screen. You're always welcome to give me a call, and I will do my best to help you or answer questions. If you don't know maybe even what question you want to ask, I can help you figure that out and point you in the right direction. So let me know how I can help, and I appreciate you all tuning in. I know that was a little quick, but does anybody have any questions?
Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have questions at this point. So I'm just going to leave you with a few pieces of information. And that is just to let you know that there is a survey at the end. It's really quick. It's just 4 questions. if you could go in and do that survey, that will help us very much. I want to thank you for joining. And don't forget, you can still sign up for other sessions if you'd like to at www.cacrao.org, CACRAO. And all the recordings will be available. It will probably be available on that same website in about a week. So thank you again.
Thanks.